What is good, YouTube? And today we're going to be looking at Rengokutsu using Liliam in a very stable and free-to-play comp-friendly team. Now, of course, I hope you guys had a great 2x. You can see my coin stock is pretty low. My inventory is very short on coins right now. But now it's time to build that back up by doing some shell farming. And let's tackle Rengokutsu today, the hardest shell boss. So basically the team that I'm going to be using will be featuring pretty much all SR characters with Liliam. It's a pretty popular comp. I don't think there's any recent clears that actually use it, which is interesting. But this team comp will actually feature Liliam with Sonia, Viper, and Vice, and be a very consistent team, and also a pretty, not, I don't want to say fast, but it's going to be like a normal speed team. And if you're getting into Rengokutsu, it's a great way to get started, because this team, like I said, has only one SSR in Liliam, which you can replace for Diting if you want, but Liliam will make the runs faster and have a higher win rate. So basically, let's look at the stats here. The stats for Liliam are pretty simple. You will want to max her out because, one, she's good pretty much everywhere in PvE, so you might as well max her. And two, in PvP, she's amazing as well, so you might as well max her. But at the bare minimum for this boss, what you actually want is your S3 maxed, for sure. And you're also going to want your S1 max. So it's pretty different from other PvE content. Usually you want S3 and S2 at the bare minimum. But for this boss, you really want S1 because this ability gives you turn meter immunity. And this is very important because the boss can push you back, which is very annoying when it's the countering element. And also because you get extra healing from your S1, which will be very good on this boss because the boss does a lot of damage, believe it or not. So you definitely want to have S3 max and ideally S1. If you have S3, S2, it's fine, but just try to max her Liliam. She's a very good investment. She's very powerful. And in terms of your gear, you want to run her on Keen Eye, Fury, and either Fury Edge or Swift Rate. It doesn't really matter. And basically just go for full damage. You don't need to run her on Bloodbath. You can if you want, but you don't really need to. Running her on Bloodbath will make the run slower, but it'll be a little bit more consistent. But honestly, running her on Keen Eye Fury, like, you don't really notice that much of a difference in terms of losing as long as your supports are fast enough. So because of that, I just went for the faster clear route by using her on Keen Eye Fury. In terms of your shell, you're going to want to run her on White Fang or Count. I think Count is actually better for the most part because Count just gives you damage, right? White Fang actually gives you like stacks. So it's like kind of weird when you die on this boss. Your Liliam will die like maybe once every 2 runs. When you get rezzed by your Sonia, which is the main reason why she's so good here, you will not only lose the evil fire stacks, if I can find it, the evil fire stacks, which is great, it makes you take more damage, but you'll also lose your White Fang stacks. So because of that, you will lose out on some values, so ideally you want her on Count, but White Fang works just fine. It's just that the runs will take a little bit longer, not that much longer. Now in terms of your Sonia, this is the main star of the show. You will want her maxed. And she is like a god tier unit in PvP as well, so you might as well max her. She is so broken in PvP in my opinion. And basically you want to run her on 12 Swift Rush and either 12 Wellspring or 12 Bloodbath. Both are fine. Bloodbath will make your runs a little bit more consistent, but Wellspring works as well. And you're going to have to run her on Fortissimo. This is a must have. It's even better in 4-man content because you're going to be able to basically heal for more. And also, like, when you proc your Fortissimo, it'll like heal 2 people to full health, and then when Sonia takes her turn and uses her passive, she'll heal the other 2 people to full health. So very broken shell. Definitely want to make sure you have it on her. There's no other like real option. I think some people like to use Jackal Guard as well, which is okay, but I like Fortissimo more because you kind of just have that like oh shit emergency heal, which is going to be very good. In terms of your passive, you want HP percent, you want speed. And then ideally you want either reduced damage taken, which is going to be called Dauntless, I believe, or you're going to want synergy to speed up your runs. My shell rolled very well, which is actually bad because it's a PvE shell, so I'm pretty sad about that, but you know, I guess we have a good shell to use for it, and this is going to be what you want to go for. You want 3 HP percent bonus right side pieces because her healing scales with her health, and you want to make her as fast as possible. I would say at the very least, you need to have her at like 250 speed. Otherwise, it's going to be too hard to actually cycle and keep your team alive. So you want to make sure she's fast enough to, you know, take a lot of turns because she needs to not only heal your team and dispel them, but she also needs to stack her Fortissimo by overhealing. Next character is our Viper. So Viper, you're going to want to have S3 maxed and S2 maxed. Having your S1 max is also very, very good because it gives him speed and will actually give him a decent amount of damage. The only thing is, you might be hurting on purple lattice, so S3, S2 is all you really need. But then again, similar to Sonia, he is insanely, insanely good in PvP. He's like a solo counter to cleave players, which there's still actually a lot of, even after the rev nerfs. So definitely max him eventually because it'll make your runs better. But for your matrixes and your modules, just run him on 12 Swift Rush, 12 Bloodbath if you can. If you actually can't run him on this, just run him on 12 Bloodbath and 8 Swift Rush. It's fine. He doesn't have to be that fast. Honestly, like, if he's at 200 speed, it's still whatever. Like, you can drop his speed by 40 and it still works. And then for a shell, you want him on Artisan 100%. All you really need is Shadow Dash, and you're going to want Gaze if you can to increase your effect accuracy at the end of every turn. Not necessary if you run him on 3 effect accuracy pieces, but I like to run him on 1 HP bonus to make him tankier, so I actually have him on Gaze to make up for that lost effect accuracy. Last character is Vice. You're going to want to max him out as well. You're going to notice that everything's maxed out for Rengokutsu. It cannot be helped. This is the hardest boss, so you might as well, max everything and bring all you've got. Basically, for his matrixes, you're going to want to run him on Bloodbath for sure, and then Swift Rush. You can run Swift Rush, Swift Smite like I have. This will actually make your Vice faster. And what I recommend is running 2 effect accuracy and 1 HP percent. I have 3. I don't know why I changed it. I don't think there's a reason why. But the reason why you want 2 effect accuracy and 1 HP percent is because he's going to be taunting the boss a lot, and he can actually die if you don't have him somewhat tanky. That's why he's on Bloodbath. So you want to make sure you give him some HP percent. And you make up for this by pretty much similar to, what's his name, Viper, by putting him on Gaze. I have Insight for the start of the battle, but, Gaze is a lot better. And yeah, it'll just make it a lot easier for him. You can run him on Jackal Guard for more speed to get more taunts off. It's okay. Otherwise, Artisan is also extremely, extremely good. Honestly, I'd probably recommend Artisan. I think it's going to be even better, just because of the fact that it'll make him a lot more tankier and make your runs more stable. But Jackal Guard works as well, so you can get more taunts off because you'll cycle a lot quicker. So I'm going to show you guys the run now. You can see how it works out. It's pretty simple. It's very, very stable, and you can see that, this team is going to have over a 90% win rate, and the clears are going to be about like 3:30 to 4 minutes, which isn't the fastest. But if you actually look at the runs for Rengokutsu, you can see some teams take like 6 minutes, and the ones that are shorter are going to use Yeli and Lily, so pretty hard to build if you don't have those 2 characters. Some are taking 10 minutes, so don't worry too much if it's like 3 to 4 minutes. Honestly, that's like the average speed of Rengokutsu runs, unless you're doing low win rate teams, or you just have like godly gear. But yeah, I'll show you guys the run now. You can see how it works, and hopefully you can make it work as well. So I'll show you guys the run now. It's pretty self-explanatory, right? We're just having Vice provoke lock the boss. Even if he misses, it is okay because we do have Sonia to heal, and we have Liliam to just consistently do damage while being able to keep herself alive very easily with her lifesteal, and while also being immune to the turn meter pushback and the silence that the boss and the ads can actually do at points in the fight. And basically, Vice is here just to lock down the boss. If he misses taunt, it's fine. Our Sonia is so tanky, and we have Fortissimo Shell that you're going to see that she will be able to top everyone off very, very quickly. And because we do have Bloodbath on Vice, he is very, very tanky and will pretty much never die. And you can just see how little damage our team is actually going to take. And we do have Sonia S3, which is going to stack up, like I said, and give everyone max health. And when someone does actually die, we will be able to res them very easily with Sonia. And a big problem with Rengokutsu slow teams is that the run takes sometimes quite a long time. As we see Fortissimo just top everyone up right there. But the best part about Liliam is that she provides herself an attack buff and a speed buff, so she is actually able to deal consistent damage even with this attack down on her. And my internet just DC'd for like 5 seconds, that's why we cut out. But it is the same run here. And you can see Vice is just locking down the boss, and we are just healing up over and over. Usually if you run a Diting instead of Liliam, they actually, Diting ends up dying a lot. which makes the runs a lot less consistent because one, dieting actually takes longer to kill the boss, and two, he doesn't have any built-in lifesteal or a speed buff to help him cycle quicker. And the reason why you want him to cycle quicker is to get that attack buff off, so you can actually kill the boss quicker as well. You can see the Artisan Shell doing a lot of work. It's mostly going to target Vice, sometimes the Liliam. But you can see now our Liliam's at 2 stacks. Pretty much this means that she will never die in this fight, even though she's not on Bloodbath. And this is going to make it so that she's able to keep her White Fang stacks, which is great. If she ends up dying and she loses it, it's fine. Sonia can just res her right away. So you're able to see how this team is so tanky, right? We just have Sonia healing, Viper and Vice applying attack down, speed down, Artisan Shields coming in, and Vice is provoke locking when he can while pushing back the enemy minions. And this is a huge reason why he is so good. I guess all these characters are so good. But the easiest way to make your runs faster is just going to be having a faster Vice and a faster Sonia, right? It's just faster healers, basically. And faster Vice will make it so that you can get 2 turns in on the boss. You have 2 chances to taunt, which will make it way more consistent, right? And we do have our Liliam die, but you can see this is why we have Sonia. It's literally fine. And basically that is going to be all she wrote. And this is Liliam taking the spot of dieting in this team, and it's going to be about 30 to 40 seconds quicker on average than dieting, while having a higher win rate, which is going to be what you're looking for. But yeah, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.